I'm about to break down the I'm not the expert conversation. I'm not sure if I'm just going to put this right in here as a module or what. I like to document things and come back and recreate it later. So if this is a module, hey, this is how I do things in real time, in a raw sense. And if not, this is for me. So, okay, I'm gonna break down the I'm not the expert, or I'm not an expert conversation. Simply because, like, it's these words or these thoughts that is intruding with you actually showing up as the expert. And so with that said, oftentimes what is associated with I'm not the expert thoughts and feelings is imposter syndrome. So you feel inadequate in terms of the results that you can get for your clients. So I'm going to break it down, and I'm going to do this in the framework of me talking to a massage therapist. I know I talk to other practitioners. Follow me. What I need you to understand is that you are already 10 steps ahead of your clients because you have went to school and you have finished the course and you are certified, licensed, I suppose, and you're ready and set to work. So that means by law or, by regulations, you are the expert. You are the expert. And here I am with my scale. So on the scale to 1 to 10, I'm just going to throw out there like where a client is at in terms of their level, right? So like I said, you are already light years ahead, but a client who has never gotten a massage before and a client who simply cannot massage themselves, because if you know anybody who can give themselves a thorough back massage, I need to take that course. Okay, I need to take that course. I would love to be able to massage my back, honey. And, other areas throughout my body. It's just, the sensories of it. So I can massage my own hands. I can massage my own feet, but I would not receive that in the same sense of somebody else just literally just playing around, So like you're already light years ahead. Okay. Sit with that. Level 0 through 1 is simply someone who cannot massage themselves and or someone who has never gotten a massage before, right? I don't want you leaving money on the table because you feel like you're not the expert because you're not where you want to be confidently or your skill set, what have you. There's people out there who never received the massage before, and I need you to be at least putting your services out there so you can at least track these people, okay? So you have that. Level 2 is likely someone who only gets massages like on vacations. They'll probably go and get a massage once or twice a year whenever they go to a fancy beach resort or just out of town. They treat themselves to at least that. Or, it could just simply be something like anniversaries and birthdays, Mother's Day and a gift card, something like that, right? That's your level 2. Level 3 is likely someone who will only get a massage whenever someone gift them a service. So a husband treated them to a massage and facial, and so therefore that's when they get it at the expense of someone else, unless they are treating themselves. That's likely your level 3. They don't have a lot that they're asking for. They simply just want to come in and get the service, have some me time. That's your level 3. They're an advocate for the service. They're just not going to really buy into it like that. Still money that could be made, right? Right. So level 4 is likely someone who probably gets a massage like once a quarter, whether that's at the expense of someone else or whether that is because they only truly want to come in at least about once a quarter, once a season, to be able to treat themselves to being able to get a massage. It's not that you're not doing the right things in terms of them coming back at a more consistent rate. This is just what works best for them. Still money that could be made. Level 5, now we kind of moving on up. You're likely working with people who get massages on somewhat of a consistent basis. They're likely just inconsistent, right? So let's just say they probably get massages like, 4 to 6 months in a row, and then they just kind of fall off. Life gets busy. Like that's likely literally the timeline from like the first of the year to like around May, June to like when school's out, they fall off till school lets back in. That's likely that type of schedule. They know a little bit about massage. They can talk to you about what's going on. They're likely going to be vague in their communication as it relates to like how they explain things, but they will show up and they will get massages. Level 6 is likely someone who comes in and they get massages on a regular basis. They likely probably already have a therapist or just pop in here and there. They either have a therapist already or they bounce around and get services. Like they're not really inconsistent, but they're not really consistent either. It's like the consistency of what they have is not monthly. Like they would probably come in like every other month or every 2-3 months and get a massage, but they're still pretty consistent as it relates to that. Level 7, these people, they get massages on a regular basis. They know what they want. They're pretty proactive. They know what they need. They're really good at explaining like what's going on. They likely already have a therapist or is looking for you to be that therapist. That's like your level 7s. Level 8, you can throw the whole book at them. They know what's going on. You can talk to these people in terms of like how you explain things, because they get sessions all of the time. Likely still like your level 8s, let's just say they had a loyal therapist and now they're looking to start fresh, start new. That therapist moved, they got busy, what have you. They're looking for you to come in and fill that slot. So this is still your level 8s, right? They understand body work or facials. They understand all of this type of stuff. You can talk to them in layman's terms. You can talk to them in book terms. You can really get these people to come in on a consistent basis. They got you. They're also a little bit more open to certain types of techniques and styles. So they will be a little bit more picky in terms of like how they receive. And actually, so will your level 7s. Like at level 7, they are not looking for, let's just say, mediocre anymore. They are looking for someone who's knowledgeable, who's skillful, who has a beautiful flow, and just touch base with all of the things that they really truly need. That's your level 7s and 8s. Level 9s, they know all that needs to know. Like they will likely challenge you a little bit. They understand the text talk. They understand most of the body, because they're very proactive. Like these people at this point, they likely come in at a higher consistency than once a month. But even still, level 9s can come in under once a month. It's just the mindset of this person. This is your level 9. The level 9 is not so much about the techniques that they need in order to receive, although they are looking. It's about your energy at this point. It is about your confidence at this point from what they are looking for. They need you coming in and being the authority at level 9. Because at level 10, these people are vets. They get massages all the time. They're likely like your weekend warriors, your athletes. They are probably people who have been through chronic skin stuff or injuries, and they are going to come in all the time. Like I said, they know you can throw the whole textbook at them. They're going to talk right here with you. You said subscapularis? Oh, dang, I need to really get in there and move that around. Like they right there with you, right? And when you think about this, and this is just, I feel like broad, like it's just helping you to really look at like, where are you at? In terms of your skill set, in terms of your mindset, your confidence as it relates to you marketing, selling, and providing the service. Because if you feel like you're not the expert, but out of this scale, right, that I just kind of made up as I've been consistently talking with people saying that they're not the expert, I know that you can at least help someone who's never gotten a massage, who cannot massage themselves, who gets a massage only on vacations, who gets a massage every now and again, and that still could be hundreds of thousands of dollars that's just left out. Money just left on the table, because you feel like you're not already talking to the people who can talk right there with you. And I don't want that for you. I want you to look at, okay, based off of this scale that Journey just made up, where am I at? Where is my confidence? Where's my skill set? Right? And then I want you to lean into that and to start tailoring your marketing to the people who are below you. So if you're at a level 6, I want you to start talking to people who comes in every now and again and gets a massage, or, they don't need all of that fancy stuff in terms of techniques. They're not looking for that. They just need relief, right? They just need relaxation. Start talking to them and start doing the work in the background, up-leveling your techniques, up-leveling your conversation, your confidence, and then we'll start to pivot the messaging to start talking to people at a higher level, because you should be making money. This is a practice. This is a private practice, or I know I'm mostly talking to solo practitioners, but either way, like whether you own the whole building or work for yourself, this is a practice. And you're going to evolve over time. You're going to evolve in terms of who your ideal client is, your skill set, your techniques, the modalities that you choose. I've changed mine at least 3 times. And so as you change that, so will your ideal clients. You're going to have your loyal people that's going to stay. They're going to evolve with you. But then some people just like, oh, I don't like that deep work. Well, I don't like cupping. And they'll either just say, I don't like it, I don't want it, and you just don't give that to them. And then you'll attract people who just like, I've been looking for someone who does cupping. It's just like that people will evolve with you. You will attract the right people when it's time. But if you're not confident in the services it is that you provide, I need you to start talking to people right there where they're at. Start seeing like, what is it that they like? Oh, I really like when you do that scalp massage. It makes me feel, I remember one time I literally was working with a client and I randomly just started doing a scalp massage. I don't know why that day in particular. And she was like, oh my gosh, that feels so good. Because that was the place, but she was really truly holding her stress. That next time I didn't do it because it wasn't a part of my natural routine at the time. I don't really do new routine. I do more like a order, how I start. I ain't really so much anymore, but that wasn't part of my routine at the time. And so she mentioned that. She was like, but you got to get into my scalp because that really be making me feel better and stuff like that. So I was like, oh man, like I really do. And I know that goes without saying that we have to give the clients what they need, but I promise you, it's just like in that moment, it was at a time where I felt as if like my skill set could have been better as well. But the lady only needed a dang scalp massage. That's easy, you know? So it's like wherever they hold the stress at or wherever they're having complications at, that's all they really truly need. And you really have to just get used to just serving them and giving them what they want. Because what you'll find is a lot of times it's easier than what it may seem. I promise you it is. Another example is I didn't really know how to work in the shins. I seen a couple of techniques. This guy has been in pain for like the past week and he was telling me that he had issues with his shins. So at the end of massage, I think it was like a 90-minute couples. So at the end of the massage, I said, okay, let me do the shin work. I grabbed the foot and I went up and down, moved the foot. And he was like, oh my God, like that's the spot. And I felt like I didn't really do anything. But sometimes palpation is just simply the whole solution. When I've learned that, like that just changed everything. And the man came out and tipped me $34 because he's been in pain. And I didn't know what I was doing. You just sometimes need to palpate what the people tell you. I'm getting excited, shaking the camera. You just sometimes need to palpate what they say that the problem is and teach yourself along the way. This is not really just so much for the people who struggle in terms of I'm not the expert as it relates to techniques. However, it's just like wherever you're at, I really want you to start studying your people and start learning how to communicate with them because this is going to up-level your service as well. Start learning how to provide next level techniques for your next level in the moment and not hold yourself back as it relates to you making money now because you're going to evolve over time. But the only way to evolve is to actually grow and move through it. And same with sales. Start leaning into asking for the rebook and marketing and all this type of stuff so you can start seeing what people's objections are. Because you must address these type of things. People are always going to have some type of excuse, objection, or a reason as to why they cannot come back next month. And it's okay. We all have like different lives and different financial situations. And so when you start to really hear the repetitiveness of what people are saying, you can start to lean into that and have solutions for it. More on that later. So I'll pop this in here. I think I am going to keep this. I'm going to edit it. And yeah, sometimes the best content is when you just speak from the heart. So even though this is something that is provided within membership, I'm going to keep it this way because I'm not trying to be fancy with a lot of this stuff. I want y'all to understand that like I really just do this from the heart and I'm not trying to make everything over curated or like put on a facade. Like this is just me just sitting here talking. And sometimes I just be up here thinking or being in my garden, walking around with these same thoughts. And as you see today, I've went quite a few minutes. So until next time.